Cotto fighting Canelo Alvarez. Um, I actually had it 10 rounds to 2 to Canelo. A lot of people, especially the broadcasters and a lot of legends from Mexico, had Cotto winning. And even Juan Marquez mentioned that he had it as a draw. How did you see the fight? And can you talk a little bit about that?
I like Miguel Cotto a lot, but I definitely had Canelo winning the landslide. I just think he was a more effective puncher. Look at people don't understand about boxing. You have people that never really been in a ring before, but what you got to understand about boxing is there's no real way to critique or score a fight. It's effective aggressiveness, punches landed, and ring generalship.
That's right.
Now, there's no set discretion on what you want to judge on. So, three different judges can say, okay, today I want to judge on effective aggressiveness. Well, if you're doing that, was Cotto aggressive? Of course. But whose punches were effective? I think Canelo's punches were much more effective and much more meaningful when he landed. That's not taking anything away from Cotto. I love Cotto. I think he's a hell of a fighter. I just think Canelo was the younger, bigger, stronger guy that night of the fight, and I think the right guy won that night.
And I agree with you 100%. I actually, I went on a limb and actually picked Cotto to win this fight, only from his experience and his, like you said, his ring generalship. He's a savvy veteran. I mean, he was good on his toes. He was with Freddie Roach. But again, I mean, Canelo Alvarez showed me something different that I don't think I've seen in his past fights. And hopefully, if they make the Canelo versus Triple G fight. Actually, Triple G was in town 2 weeks ago, which we actually got to meet up with him. Hopefully, setting a stage for a mega fight at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
That is a mega fight. Triple G's boxing ability is very underrated because he's such a hard puncher.
Yes.
I think that could be fits for Canelo, but what I like about Canelo is his heart to want to take on that fight. He really wants that fight. So I think it's a great fight to be made. I think it's going to be an intriguing fight, but I think what you're going to have is what played out in the Cotto-Canelo fight. You had Canelo being the bigger, stronger guy. Now, if you fight Triple G, you're not taking anything away from the opponent, and the opponent being Canelo in this fight. It's just Triple G, I believe, is a bigger, stronger guy in this fight, and that's what's going to show forth. It's like, like I said, Cotto wasn't a bad fighter. It was 9 out of 10 guys at that weight that night he would have beat, except for he fought Canelo, who's a younger, stronger guy. And when Floyd Mayweather says that Canelo's the next guy, you kind of gotta listen to that, because Floyd in our era is the best boxer in our era.
Yes, I agree.
It may not be everyone's cup of tea that would like to watch him this style of fighting, but the guy is such a great boxer. You got to listen to what he says, and the way he made Canelo look very amateurish. You got to respect that, because Canelo's a hell of a fighter. Any way you slice it, he's a great fighter. And people say, the only reason why I thought the fight between Canelo and Cotto was going to be intriguing was because, A, Canelo had a tendency to fade towards the end in a lot of big fights. And when he faded towards the end with someone like Cotto, Cotto's experience to be able to capitalize on it, but unfortunately he wasn't able to do that. So I think the right guy won that night.
Do you think the scoring was just in regards to the scoring of that fight? I mean, why would you think that a lot of the press, especially in the great country of Mexico, you would think they would favor their fighter, but for some reason, I don't know if it's I don't want to throw the word hate, but there's something about Canelo that just don't sit well with them.
It's not hate. What it is that you have a megastar like Cotto. He's a legend in the sport, and he's a Hall of Famer for sure once he retires. And what he's done in the game and what he's accomplished and brought to the game, you have to respect that. So it's hard to bet against the guy in a sense to where you don't want to say it was a landslide victory for one or the other. You don't want to take out a legend like that because you believe he earned his keep to get there.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, I think that the scores were just, but this was my opinion. I don't want people to, I love Cotto. I think he's a hell of a fighter, and
Yes.
I love his career. But I just think the right guy won. I think the landslide victory. I think Canelo did what he had to do to become victor, and I think everything was right. I really do, and that's not taking anything away from Cotto. He's still got a fight left with Rock Nation, which will be good. He'll sell the crowd out like he always does, and we're very thankful for what he did throughout his career for the sport of boxing.
Listen, John, we do appreciate your time. Again, this is Jimmy Blue, All Access Elite Boxing. Anything you want to tell your fight fans, anywhere they can follow you, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
At John Molina Jr. 135. Thank you for following me in the highs, the lows. I always try to put it all out there for everybody every time. I'm going to show an exciting fight, whether I'm fighting King Kong or Adrian Broner. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do my best to put an exciting fight out there, and I'm excited to be in the position I'm in. Yeah, we're in the fight that we're in tomorrow, but we know what it is. We got to go out there and get our job done. Every fight's a fight. You can never disrespect any opponent. 'Cause
That's right.
You never know what could happen in that squared circle. One punch could change the difference of any fight.
Anybody's
and if you,
deadly.
And if you go in there disrespecting somebody, you're gonna be, you're gonna be made a fool of. And believe me, I came up the back road, so I understand that. So you got to respect every fighter that you step in the ring with. But thank you guys for supporting me, and I'll see you guys soon.